Hello individuals, I just literally made this video, but it turns out I wasn't even recording it. I feel like this always happens to me. There's always something that happens to me. But this video is going to be talking a little bit more about where I stand with my gender currently and why I feel it's important to share that. So right now I'm in a confusing state. I had another trans person label me transmasculine, and I'm not sure exactly if I feel that way. I don't even know if I need a label. So on my Instagram bio, which I felt like so powerful to even edit it, I put trans artist rather than what I used to have was genderqueer queer artist. It was fun to write because I don't know where I stand in life. And I think that's okay. I feel like a lot of the times with my gender I try to conform to other people, to things that make more sense. For example, I was in love with a woman who was more masculine, and I assumed, because knowing how she is, that I had to be feminine, and that made me reject a lot of my masculine traits, or like the things that made me feel trans for years. And I think that's why I struggled so much to begin with, was partially, not entirely, but partially because I felt the need to impress, not to impress, but sort of conform to this idea of this woman who maybe or maybe did not have feelings for me the same way that I had for her. It's an unrequited love situation. Yay, our favorite. And now, I mean, sometimes I sort of feel myself doing the same thing. Like, I have a new crush. I'm assuming that they're gonna like me if I'm more feminine because, honestly, it's what I know best. It's what I grew up knowing how to do. I grew up knowing, like, you can't do this and you should do this and women do this and, you know, this is how you should act. So I guess it's just, I know how to perform being a woman a lot better than I know how to perform being a man, because that's the way that I was raised. So my first assumption is, well, I guess I have to fem myself up for this new person, and I still catch myself doing that. It was really hard for me to try to break that down when I started seeing my partner, and I told her flat out front, like, I am genderqueer. You know, I don't know when I said that at the time. I think I just said I'm genderqueer, and, you know, these are my pronouns, and I wasn't going to change because I was tired of trying to conform to an image that I had from somebody else. And so I've learned to slowly start to accept myself, especially because she's been so accepting of me, and I'm going to bring her on my channel one day really soon, and we were planning on making a video for quite a while. I just haven't had the time with her, like, a time for us to really make a video, but I would really love to have our relationship be on my channel because she's just as important to me as everything else I talk about is. But back to what I was saying, right, so I think that I, like, conform myself, and I don't understand why, and I'm not even sure if I'm the only one. And one of the things that I did want to mention was that one of my old videos that I talked about, I think, was YouTube and my gender queer identity was the title of it, or my gender identity. That video, which I'm gonna link up here, I said that I don't need anyone and that I'm okay with being someone, but it turns out that I do need people, and for me to be willing to say that, it takes a lot, because I need community as much as the next person, you know. Gender and being, you know, trans is something, it's a topic that's still so taboo that not everyone talks about there being a possible, like, in between of male and female, or, you know, even a fluidity of it. And so I think it's so important for people to find others to talk to, because it's already confusing enough. Like, I was pretty sure I knew my gender identity. I was like, no, I'm genderqueer, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, but what does that mean even? What does that even mean to me? And, like, do I want to transition? Do I really? And that became a topic that really inspired me to make this video and sort of start questioning things again, was because I started thinking about what it would be like if I were to transition, and whether or not it would make me happier, or if I'd regret it, or if it's necessary. And there's so many questions with that, and I'm still learning to tell myself that it's okay. I'm honestly scared that I'm going to start it and then not be happy, or see people that I don't want them seeing me a certain way. It's just so hard because I identified as being a lesbian, a female identified individual who liked other females, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, so maybe that's not me, and I don't even like just females anymore. And just as everything else in life, sexuality, sexual orientation, and gender identity are pretty fluid. Well, for most people, sexual orientations is actually proven to be not so pinpoint, like I'm just straight or I'm just gay. In terms of gender, I feel everyone likes to break a bit of the gender roles because no one's the epitome of womanness and nobody is the epitome of manliness, and that's a-okay. But for me, having to deal with feelings inside and having my outsides not match my insides, it's difficult and it's weird. So, the point of this video is me sort of reaching back out to others. Not in like a please someone like look at me and help me kind of way, but in I'm totally here for anyone, and it's a-okay to start questioning things, whether it be gender identity or sexual orientation. Trust me, it is okay. And it's weird because like with sexual orientation, I'm like okay to question things. I'm like, alright, so maybe I don't like something that I thought I liked solely, or maybe I do like, you know, this, or, you know, whatever. It's like so easy for me to question it because I've been so back and forth since the beginning of me realizing I was some kind of queer. But in terms of gender, it's just been a lot harder, and I feel like it's because it's something that no one likes to talk about. So if you are in need, or if you know someone who's in need to talk about these things, you don't have to reach out to me specifically. There are so many other places you can reach out to, but I'm here with open arms, and I am so willing to listen and so willing to give you my personal details, because there's so many things I could, you know, say on video, which, I mean, I say kind of a lot. I say more than I would on a regular basis. I do. To be quite honest with you, I really do. If you subscribe, like, or comment, and you can give an individual their wings, and if you subscribe, you can join my winged family. And until next video,